All right, Aries, welcome in. Welcome into October. I hope you're doing great. You are going to maybe have some kind of major energetic shift going on. Your ruling planet of Mars is beginning the setup phase of its retrograde. Mars only goes retrograde every 2 years. It's retrograde for about 2 months, but there's a setup phase and then there's an integration phase. So it's time to take all those things into account. The setup phase is when Mars starts slowing down. It starts October 5th. All right, so let's see what's on tap here for Aries. Transmute. Look at this new life energy, healer energy underneath. I love that. Woo! Veiled. Full moon and affluence. All right, so lots of good stuff coming in here. And let me see. I feel like some of you are in a major transition here. The full moon energy that's coming in, we just had a full moon eclipse back in September. There's some kind of spiritual gifts being offered to you, or they're going to come through dreams. I'll talk more about the full moon later in October. That is not an eclipse. The one in September was an eclipse. The one we're having right now on October 2nd is in Libra, your opposite sign. Okay, so that means we have the sun and the moon in Libra. You are opposing that. So whatever you have in the energy of Aries is opposing this Libra eclipse. It's very powerful energy. It could touch off a lot for you. It could touch off some kind of deep block that you've had to affluence or abundance. That's getting healed. Some kind of deep-seated, I'm just getting block. All right. Like it's not even showing itself to me right now. Could be different for each one of you, but let's see. So we got the 5 of Cups here, regret, the Death card, the 5 of Swords, manipulation, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Swords. Here's your card. Okay. Some of you may have, okay, this is probably not for all of you, but some of you may have helped another person out of a relationship so that they could come to you. And you might be filled with regret about that. Some of you may have felt like you did whatever you could to get this person to drop their other partner to come to you. There's something in that needs healing. There's something in that pattern that needs healing. Woo! This card keeps showing up. 10 of Swords. I'm going to say to you, since I am a Sagittarius, I feel like that is about the ending of this pattern, the ending of this third party pattern or whatever it is. Yeah. 4 of Wands. 5 of Wands. You now have, I feel like this is the closure. This is the real abundance is going to now flow through you in terms of love, in terms of joy, financial abundance, because you let go of some kind of third party situation. Just like, that wasn't good. That's not what I want. I don't want to like, get someone out of another situation. If they want to get out of it, fine, but I'm not facilitating that. I'm done with that pattern. All right. I'm done with that pattern. Wow. Look at you. 2 of Cups, Page of Swords, the Devil card. Yeah. King of Cups, Ace of Cups. Oh my word. 10 of Wands. This may still be in the offing for some of you, but you walked away from some kind of bad situation where you're like, I know this isn't who I want to be. Maybe this person isn't who I want, because anybody who would walk away from that partner because I'm like, hey, come on over here. I don't want that. I don't want to facilitate that karma. I don't want to be part of that. I'm really changing. I'm transforming myself. I feel like because you did that, you've let go of some kind of heavy karmic burden that you have carried for a long time. This is like generational karma that you're clearing. And now there's a new situation coming in. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There's Scorpio, Cancer, water sign, or a Capricorn. Somebody coming in. I feel like you have some choices here. Mostly because I think you really looked into yourself and said, that's not for me. There's something about it that isn't right. Based on your own moral code or based on your own, the person you are becoming or the person you want to be. Nope, not doing that. Okay, so this Devil and this 10 of Wands. Six of Wands. Yep, victory. Empress. Wow. Knight of Swords. Four of Swords. You have healed generational karma, or you're about to. Wow. That's the end of it. That is the end. If you have had a lot of these situations in the past, if you have always found yourself like being the activator or being the catalyst person, no more. Not no more. I feel like you've healed this. You've healed this and released this. And now a lot of abundance can flow through you. This affluence, I mean, not just abundance, but affluence. Like real treasure. Real treasure. Yep. 10 of Cups. That is real life treasure, my friend. 4 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Wow. And the Knight of Pentacles. This is about changing the story. There's some story that has been in you that the reason for this third party stuff happening, or the reason for this, whatever this pattern is, first of all, it hasn't made you happy. But second of all, it's been like, okay, I keep having this pattern. Why does this pattern keep reoccurring? The new moon in Libra, the eclipse that we're having right now, shows us it's a mirror to ourselves. Libra is about relationships, and it's showing us what we need to heal in ourselves. So there's some situation that maybe just happened or is happening that you actually make a different choice than you would have in your past. It's showing you to, it's like being, it's reflecting to you. Look at how the Emperor in this deck is being reflective. He's like, is that really the person I am? Is that who I want to be? Because I don't think so. I think in the past that got you stuck. All right. It got you stuck in unrequited love. It got you stuck in unavailable people. It got you stuck in all kinds of things, which is very uncomfortable for Aries. Okay. Very uncomfortable. Mars on October 5th is starting to slow down in the sign of Cancer. And so it is still moving forward. Okay. It's still moving forward, and it's going to go into Leo. And you probably know that, Leo is your bud. So is Sagittarius, because they're all fire signs. And Leo is like, hey, let's have a good time. Right. And this Cancerian energy, Mars being in Cancer, is like, I don't want to feel my feelings about this. So Mars moving into Leo is like a relief. Okay. It's lighthearted. So over the course of this next 2 months, Mars finally goes retrograde in Leo, 6 degrees Leo, on December 6th. It's going to come back over over these same degrees. You got any planets between 17 degrees of Cancer and 6 degrees of Leo? They're going to get rolled over going forward, rolled over coming back, and then rolled over again for the integration phase. So this lesson is going to appear itself a couple of times. this is how true affluence, 10 of Cups, is going to show up in your life. And the true affluence comes from inside. I also feel like there's a hidden situation here that either you don't want to admit to, or you don't want to feel betrayed by. You don't want, maybe someone is trying to get you out of a marriage, or someone's trying to get you out of something. But I almost feel like this is more about you being the activating force, the animating force. And like, oh, I could help this person, and oh, I could do that. Yes, you could. But I feel like that's not going to be the happiest thing, because I feel like that person is going to, if you've done this before in the past, I feel like it ends up being a burden. Okay? You're like, oh, I'm going to help you out of that relationship. And then they come toward you, but they haven't done any of the healing. And then you're like back in it. You're like, oh, wow, this is something that isn't good for me. This isn't healthy for me. I'm stuck in it now with this devil energy. And it's time to overcome this. Like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to be an animating force for you to change your life. That's not my role. Okay? And I feel like you kind of like understand about where your life is headed now. This is going to open up your mission and purpose. This is going to, I feel like sometimes, or I'll continue. This is going to open up mission and purpose. This is going to open up direction. This is going to open up what is satisfying, including love. There's new love here. And this is going to open up Emperor, Empress, like something that's really balanced for you. Divine feminine, divine masculine, becoming balanced. This could come from a childhood experience of always being the rescuer. Other people you see, and you could help. You could help them. Of course you could. But part of life is that people do need to learn their own lessons. People do need to get out of situations themselves. It doesn't say that we don't help people, but I almost feel like, does this person really want to be helped, or is this a part of a third party or whatever? Because that feels like what's going to happen is if you help them out of that, it's going to get stagnant because they haven't done the work. Back off, let them do their own thing. Whether they come to you or not is kind of up to them. But you're going to get stronger. You're going to step out of an old pattern and end an old pattern, and that's excellent. So Mars moving into Leo in December, there can be like end of November, early December, there can be some very powerful, passionate, fun, joyous, romantic times. All of you might be at different phases of this. And then Mars is going to go retrograde. So we're going to roll back over that into the feelings part of it again. Like, oh God, I don't want to talk about feelings. Right? I'm going to shut myself down. I don't want to talk about feelings. Mars in Cancer, right? As we're starting this sitch or this month, Mars in Cancer, Venus in Scorpio, and Saturn in Pisces. Grand water trine. But two of those, well, actually all three of those are seriously, well, no, just two, are not super comfortable in those signs. Mars, definitely not comfortable in Cancer. Mars does not like to, let's talk about our feelings. Mars is like, I want to take action, right? Venus in Scorpio, deep feelings, deep secrets, getting down into the dirt of things. Venus is like, I'm sorry, can we just like lighten up a little bit and enjoy ourselves? Can we have fun? And I don't want to get into the dirt of things. Saturn's like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to get into the dirt of things in order to learn this lesson. So this can be a romantic situation where both of you have to learn a lot of lessons. This can also be a masculine feminine part of you, that the masculine energy of Mars, like, I don't want to dig deep to really understand my feelings as it relates to my work. I just want to, be empowered to do what I want to do. So I'm going to skirt that issue and I'm going to blow it off. This retrograde isn't going to allow that. There's going to be pieces of it as Mars approaches and gets into Leo that's going to feel lighter. Okay. So this might lighten up at the end of November and into December, then goes backward in Leo. So there could be some kind of like mistake made or something like that, that was just passionate mistake or whatever, then back into Cancer. Here we are in feelings again. And then, that's back into February. And then it will move forward and it will get back into Leo, like April or something like that. So we're talking, is that right? Yes. We're talking about 6 months of time when we're rocking back and forth between these two. So I invite you to get a journal and start writing about what's going on with you in terms of your ability to take action or not, right? Mars, your ruling planet. And where do you have Cancer and Leo in your chart? Those are two parts of your life that are going to be impacted by this. Okay, so I'm going to talk more about this full moon coming up in October and what's happening later in October. Let's keep going with this reading. Link is below, Aries. I will see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.